I'm a ZGS Wolf, and this is Stop Drop Game. Today I'm going to be looking at a game called Door Kickers. Door Kickers is currently still in alpha, but it's available on Steam as part of the early access. It's currently $14.99 US, and it's produced by a company called Killhouse Games. So what is Door Kickers? Well, Door Kickers is essentially a 2D top-down game that's a bit of a tactical strategy game where you plan your next move and then go through and actually implement it and play it out. There are a few games around on the market at the moment that do this kind of thing, and I do have to admit that Door Kickers is probably one of the better ones that I've seen. Now, take into account it is still in alpha, so there are a few different features on here that aren't going to be accessible. The planned full release for it is 3/4 of the way through 2014. So we are looking at roughly another 6 to 9 months before the full game is released. But today I'm just going to go through some of the basic gameplay and have a look and give sort of a bit of a rundown of what I think of it. Okay, so first of all, we've just got our main menu here, and we've got some updates and news and those kinds of bits and pieces, and also your social media stuff here. I haven't really explored any of that. And over here we have our roster manager, which lets us go through and customize all of our different SWAT members or police officers or whatever you want to call them. You have 10 in total, and you can go through and customize and decide what you want them to be. You start with 2 of each class, but again, you can customize your team and set it up how you like it. Okay, so we've got the first option here, which is the single missions, where you can go through and play individual missions that are set up for the game. Now, this is the only one that's open at the moment. The campaigns is currently closed. However, I'm sure they'll be going through and doing the story and releasing the campaign when they get closer to the completion of the game. There is also a mission generator where you can go through and randomly generate missions based on a range of criteria, or you can also enter in a random seed to generate a specific type of level. You can go through and record your replays of previous levels and how long it's taken you and those kinds of things, which I'm sure you can go through and share with other people, or go through and review your own gameplay and see how you've gone. There's a quick tutorial here on how to play. It is very basic, but it does cover all the mechanics of the game, as there is no in-game tutorial at the moment. So the options are fairly bland at the moment, particularly as far as visuals. The only thing that you can alter is the gore, which has a sliding scale which is between off, medium and high. Now, it does state here that they are going to have options to change resolutions in the future, but you can go in and manually change it yourself. I would like to see a few more video options and possibilities in there. And also, you've got the keys here. Now, currently you can't rebind the keys, but it does look like they are planning to allow that in the future. You've also got the editor here. Now, the editor is different from the mission generator. The mission generator goes through and uses the system that's in place to automatically generate the missions so that you can play new ones, whereas the editor allows you to go through and create your own custom missions and set up missions for other people to go through and play. I haven't really explored the mission editor at the moment. It's not really where my expertise or what I like to do falls into the realm of, so I'm sure other people have tutorials on how that works on YouTube, but it's just not something I'm going to cover in this. Okay, so I'm going to go in and have a look at the first mission. As you can see, I've gone through and played a bunch of these already. Now, each mission has its own mission objectives. The ones with the skulls and the crosshairs are your elimination missions, where you need to go through and kill all of the enemies. You have hostage missions to rescue hostages, missions to defuse bombs and those kinds of things. You have hostage missions where the hostages are under threat of being killed and you have to go in and rescue them in time. And there is one other one. Capture missions, where you have to arrest the enemies and take them into custody. So I'm just going to go into the first one for now. Now it gives you some basic intel and your objectives. So there's five enemies or tangos. So I can go in. Now this is the gameplay screen. Now, like I said, it is a top-down strategy mission. A top-down strategy game. And to move my characters, I simply select whoever I want to move, and I can drag and move. Now when I go through and actually click play, that character or that soldier will follow that path that I've set out for them. What I can do is get them to follow multiple paths at the same time, so I can send one down and one up, and then when they get to the end I can tell them to do other bits and pieces and all different sorts of orders. So I'll go through and explain things as I'm doing them, just so you guys can get a little bit of an idea of how each level works. Now down here as well, you've got Go, A, B and C. Now they refer to these buttons here, these Go codes. You can set orders for your troops, but the next order won't be taken unless you press 1 for A, 2 for B, or 3 for C, and that's when they move through and do the next order that you've given them. You can alternatively also press A, B, or C, but I find 1, 2, and 3 tends to be easy because they're right next to each other. Okay, so what I'm going to start off by doing is bringing my guys into this hallway and aiming down here to see if there's any guys down here. Now, as opposed to having them walk around the corner and then turn, in which case if there's anybody there they can get shot, I can start by holding down Control, right clicking and dragging out, and that will cause my character to strafe while facing the direction of the arrow. And I can bring him down, so he will strafe down across and he'll maintain looking in this direction the entire time. Whereas if I just right click, it just immediately turns the person in that direction, but then if I move, then they'll face in the direction they're moving. So I've gone through and done my basic planning, so they both move into here, and then to go ahead with it, I can either just hit the button there, or I can hit my spacebar. And as you can see, I've gone in. Now one of my guys has taken damage. So my guy here, Tarek, has taken some damage, and so he actually shows up as being injured. Now I want to go in and clear out this large room next, so I'll bring him across to there. And I will bring him across. And now I can get this to play out as well. And as you can see, they go through and can clear the room. Now, any path that I can't see is actually grayed out or a little bit darker, and any areas that I haven't explored yet actually have a blue tint to them. What I can now do is move my guys up into position up here, can move them up. Okay, so there's no issue there. So I'll bring them down here. Now what I can actually do from here, so I'll move this guy into a little bit of a better position. Now from here I can actually get him to throw a stun grenade into the room, and that will stun any enemies that are in the room and make it easier for me to go in and kill them. What I can also do is put an alpha code on him. Now he will actually wait to complete that order until I press the number 1 button, and so I can do that to time it after that grenade's been thrown. After that stun grenade, or sorry, the flashbang's been thrown in there. And as you can see, it stunned the enemies, and I was able to get in there and kill off all the hostiles. Now at the end of the mission, you'll actually see your mission completed, and you'll get a star rating based off of period of time and if you had any casualties or anything like that. You can also click detailed stats, and it'll let you know what sort of stats your guys had, how much experience they earned, whether they were healthy or injured, arrests, door breaks, flashbangs used, hits taken, accuracy, how many kills they got, and how much ammo they used. So that now there's at the moment the overall's not accessible. And the other thing that you can go through and do is actually view and save the replay, and you can export the replay to video. Now I'm not sure whether I need to view and save the replay, which is the reason that that's grayed out, or it may not just be a feature that's ready yet. So that's the basic rundown of Door Kickers. Like I said, Door Kickers is currently in alpha, so it's still in the process of being developed. It's $14.99 on Steam, and to be honest, I think it's definitely worth the price to pick up the game for anybody who likes games like this. It's definitely going to be worth your while. You can go through and plan different strategies. You have the mission generator there to make completely random missions, so it's got heaps of replayability. I definitely think it's worth picking this game up, guys. So what I'm going to do is, in the future, I'm actually looking at releasing a new review or some new gameplay footage about every week. And in there, I do plan to do offers and prizes and game giveaways and those kinds of things as my viewer and subscription rate increases, and I can afford to go through and do that. So I'm not sure what I'll review next time. I'll work it out in the next couple of days and hopefully upload another video. I am going to be doing a lot of indie games just because there are a lot of games out there that do deserve to get more exposure than they're currently getting, or a lot of games out there that I think deserve to be bought by people. So until next time, I've been Aegis Wolf, and this has been Stop Drop Game. Catch you later, guys.